G'day guys, how's it going, and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. My name's Anthony, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of base upgrades. So if we move over to next to the castle, we'll remember that we've got this massive field area here. So what we're going to be doing today is putting our armory in for our guards, probably about here, and a little bit of like a barracks sort of thing. Put our armory here and a little bit of a camp setup. And then we're going to move out here, and I think I'm going to stick with the idea that we were going to do originally and turn this into a bit of a graveyard style thing, but I'm going to try and make it a little bit mystical. So we're going to put a big tree, like a centerpiece in here, and have some trees around it. And then we're going to put all the tombs in and try and decorate this as much as we can. But for now, what we're going to do, we're going to start this episode by doing a little bit of terraforming. So we're going to move into this river here and try and make it look a little bit prettier, because at the moment it is literally just edged by grass and dirt down the bottom from when we initially made it. And we also need to fix up this area over here, this little bit here where it passes underneath this wall. I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'll put a floor in this, and then I'm thinking about having maybe a makeshift gate. So like a little bit of a semicircle sort of thing up here with, I don't know, maybe just fences. It'd be nice if we had some sort of iron fence that wasn't those, the iron fence, but we'll see how it progresses. So let's jump over to the start over here and we'll start doing some terraforming. So the blocks that we're going to be using for this build is, for this landscape, is coarse dirt, gravel, cobblestone slabs, cobblestone stairs, and sand. I forgot about the sand, but we should have some over here. And sand. So what we're going to be doing is, if we take the lapis out and then just grab some sand, some coarse dirt, some gravel, and we probably need a little bit of dirt as well, just to make sure we're covering all grounds. All right, and that should be enough. And what I'm thinking, the way we're going to do this is, I think we're going to go a mixture between sand and gravel for the top, and a little bit of coarse dirt around the place as well. So we go another sand one there. And go all the way along the river's edge, I think. We're gonna have to go and get a bed as well. Just like this. Make it like a sandy bank coming into the river. We might even get rid of some of these areas here where it sort of sticks out a fair bit. And I'm gonna have to go and grab a bed, which there might be a spare one up here now that we've lost some villagers. I think there is, yeah. Kind of like that, I think. Maybe one less. We'll put a grass block in there. And then make it go all the way around, and then we'll work on the bottom of the river as well. So I'm gonna head off and do this, and I will be back maybe once I've done this side. We'll see how it looks. Now, I know I said I was going to do one side and come back and check in, but I got on a bit of a roll and I was relaxing, watching a little bit of YouTube, and I just continued to do it. So, apart from this part here, but that's going to be pretty simple. So let's take a bit of a look. What I did was I went around and tried to figure out where the bank would actually sit. So this one here, I built up another layer there and then put the bank here. And on the other side, I just put it about level and didn't add the extra layer. But as you can see, all down below is also terraformed. We utilized some stairs and some cobble slabs. So hopefully that looks pretty good. I think it does. It looks much better than what it did. It looked very plain, but from up high, you can't really tell much difference apart from the edging. So I ran into a problem a little bit into it, and that problem is this part here doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So don't know what I'm actually going to do about this. I really do not know, because the idea is that it's running in from a river up there. and the river's obviously higher, and the water comes down into this. So if it was to come down, so you've got the water from the waterfall coming down into it, and the water from the river coming down into it. So this here should be a lake, realistically. But it's not. And we have already built up everything, so I can't change it into a lake. So maybe what we're going to have to do, what we might have to do is... we might have to bring that down, mine this out, clear this bit out, because the river isn't actually that high. If I have a look at it, it matches up with that one over there, which is fine. So maybe we can put a bit of a valley through here. Is that a better plan? Like a little bit of a high riverbank with the water coming down level with this. I don't know. That's for another time. That is for another time. Yeah, it's a bit hard. But all in all, I'm happy with the build. It's coming out pretty nice. If we can get around and have a look. It's looking pretty good. Even the shallower bits underneath the bridge, everything's looking pretty nice. I think anyway. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any suggestions on how I can make it a little bit better, write those down there as well. So let's jump into the next thing. Okay, so up next, we're going to be working on this field. So the first part of this is going to be our armory. So we've already set up the main, like the blueprint, the template, and we've got all the resources that we kind of want for the outside and a little bit for the inside, but not much. So we're going to be building that up first. And then after that, we're going to deal with this part here. Like I said, I'm free building here, so I have no idea really what I'm going to be doing. I've got a reference image for that from an old school barracks. But apart from that reference image, we don't really know how it's going to go. And for out here, I have no idea yet. We'll start with the tree and then see what happens around the outside of it. I think we're going to put more buildings like that up everywhere, I think that's a plan. So with that, let's jump into the time lapse and see how this turns out. Alright, so we've finished up our time-lapse build, and I'm pretty happy with it in the most part. So this is the armory. You guys wouldn't have seen this stuff out the side here. We've got some training dummies with some nice armor on them, just stuff that I had lying around. We got a nice little archery area, so that worked out alright. And then on the inside, it's not too big, but it doesn't need to be too big. We've got our little sleeping area with our armor next to our bed and some storage and a nice little sitting area. I think it's turned out looking alright. It fits with the build anyway. We also put up this nice fence sort of thing that leads into where our our graveyard style thing's going to be. And now I've only built two, one over that side and one over here, and I've planted a whole bunch of trees everywhere, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know whether I like it. The tree, oh, I forgot about the tree. We've also got the tree, which I'm terrible at trees, but I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. It's a little bit, I don't know. It's kind of looks like a hat. I don't know. But the mausoleums themselves, I think this is the style I'm going to go for. What was that? I've had pillagers spawn everywhere recently. All right, let's go down and have a look. So it's just going to be similar to this. This is all. Something like what we had over the other side. And I'm going to leave that one there as sort of a decayed one. We've got a couple of graves here and there. Some coarse dirt for the actual grave itself. And if we go and have a look at this one, it's pretty much the exact same thing. I think I like it. I'm not too sure. I'm going to play around with it over the next week or so and see how we can get it. But that's going to be it for this build. Let's go and sleep. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to come across to the edge of the river and finish off one little thing. We're going to come in here and pop down a stone brick floor, and by the looks of it, I did andesite and cobble as well, so I'll go and grab that. We'll pop a floor in for a little bit, just so we can get an idea of what's actually going to happen, and then we'll build up whatever we're going to do with this. I think I'm going to do something similar as what I said, and also something similar to what we've got over in the sewer system over there. So let's jump into that. Now the floor's put in so we can come around to this side over here. And what I was thinking is now we've got a little bit of a workspace that we can utilize. So if we get rid of this grass, or this dirt anyway, and maybe use some of that. Ooh, don't throw it out. And go like that. We'll have to cover that up the top. If we do that, and then go like so. Or should that be full? Should it be full blocks instead? And then fill those two. And then maybe go from here. Does that work? And then if we get rid of that top block, that's you're gonna be able to see it. Probably want like that. And then we can layer the thing the same way we did with the other one. Block there, there. It's almost like a little drain, and then we can get rid of this dirt stuff here and sort of make it. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's see how that works. One more. So I don't know, I've never really had to build drains before, so I'm finding this a little bit difficult to figure out, but... Oh, water does run through it. All right. Well, that means that we can do this. Nope. Like so. And then it's like a grate. I don't know whether I probably should research that. I don't know whether they had grates in, well, it is D&D, so it doesn't really matter realistically. Yeah. I like it. I like it, I think. Maybe... No, that's fine. We can get rid of... We might want to do this though. Just... But I think that's looking... Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Apart from that stone at the top. Let's get rid of that. We don't even have... Oh yeah, we do have some stone up the top there. We got any andesite left? Yep. And a little bit of cobble. Nice. yeah, that sort of finishes it off. All right, so now that we've finished that, we can head over and have a look at the last thing that we did for this episode, which is over this way. So as you can see, the farm is finally all planted, and in hopefully the next episode, it'll start looking real good with all the wheat growing everywhere. I think I might want to do a little bit more to this area here, but this is starting to look really cool. I'm going to trim a couple of these back, and come across, I learned a neat trick using string. You put string above it and it will create the custom tiers that you are looking for, which should be pretty cool. I'd be happy with that if I can get underneath my fence. So the city's starting to look pretty good, and we've got all the sort of infrastructure that we need in now, especially now that we've finished that armory tower. So I'm pretty happy with today's progress. So next episode, we're gonna clear out this sort of stuff here and fill these little areas here, move the sewer system right out and make the runoff, and start forming our path around to the side. I'm gonna come back into the city. Hopefully I can get some more design work done on that. And we'll probably just do a little bit of decoration stuff and start thinking about what our next farm is going to be. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed this. It is all looking pretty good, and I'm excited for this project to sort of be not finished, but completed to start off with. We're always going to come back and we're going to be upgrading with new blocks and all sorts of stuff with the updates. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it will progress like that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. So bye for now.